love what we doing, ain't nowhere around. Started from the ground, always gotta hold it down. Now they think they got it, cause they sign up on a data. But there's only so much money in the year that is allotted. Plus you probably don't even know how it is divided.
What's up, people of YouTube? This is Phil here, bringing you guys another video to my channel, and this is another rushing route guide. I would just like to say ahead of time, this is probably going to be my last rushing route guide until Infinite Warfare comes out. I don't know how much you guys really find these useful at this point in the game. I know that the life cycle of this game is pretty much over. There's not a whole bunch of people playing it right now, but if you guys enjoy rushing route guides, if you really want me to make another one, I'm possibly going to be making a rushing route guide on the map Micro, if you guys even want another one. So if you enjoy these videos, please leave a comment down below, and I will go ahead and make that for you guys if you really want it. So the first thing that I would like to say is this is obviously the Standoff remake. There are some things about this that they changed, not a whole lot, but there's some things here that they changed, and I'm going to show you a few quick spots that I can just remember off the top of my head. There used to be a way that you could get up here. I don't know if you can still do it. And drop that. No, I don't think you can. You used to be able to get up here and drop down, and you could head glitch off of the top of this when it was a van or whatever in Black Ops 2. The spawns have not changed too much from what I've noticed. The first game that I played on this map was a free-for-all game. And I used to play a lot of free-for-all in Black Ops 2, so I spawned about right here, and I instantly, it was like it was just natural. I ran this way, and then I stopped, and I turned around, and I ran back, and sure enough, I saw people spawning right here. So the spawns have not changed too much, and you could say, oh, well, that's ridiculously OP, that's bad, they shouldn't have that, the spawn should be fixed. Well, the difference was it was free-for-all. If you're playing TDM, spawns aren't going to flip like that very much. I will say, though, that while I was playing this map on like TDM or any normal game mode, there was a point in time where I was over here, all of my teammates were over here, and I just naturally knew that there was going to be enemies spawning over here. We were flooding this way, they were spawning here, and the spawn flipped directly to over here and over to that side of the map. So if you guys played a lot of Black Ops 2, just keep in mind that the spawns are pretty much the same. Nothing has changed too much here. The next thing I want to talk to you guys about is right over here. I don't know how much of this that they kept. Yeah, you can't get up very high. You can get to right here. There's really no benefit to doing that now. It's kind of pointless, honestly. I mean, you can jump up here and check, but it's not the same as it used to be. So that's real worthless. The last one that I want to show you that I can remember being super useful was right here. Used to be to where if you come right here, you could see a little head glitch right there, where you could look up to that window, and so you could be spawning on this side of the map, run around this way, and take out the person that's basically spawn killing your whole team as soon as they run right through there, the people who are camping up in this top room. But they took that out for whatever reason. I thought that they purposely put that there, but I guess not. So more or less, one of the things that I've noticed is they really changed the meta of this map, the way it plays, because I remember watching a video a really long time ago about, I think it was a competitive player. He said, could you imagine if we were playing Standoff back in Black Ops 2 and somebody was able to just fly over the walls by the middle building? And you can actually do that now. So, I mean, it really affects the way things used to be played. I remember this used to be a sense of cover. If I came out here and I shot at somebody and I kind of got my ass handed to me and I was one shot, I could just slide off over here and regen my health a little bit. And by the time this person who was shooting at me from over here was able to reach right there or right there, my health was going to be regenerated. But now they can just do this and fly right over the top and shoot me. So that really changes things, especially considering there's still a hard point here. You can just fly right over. You can't lock it down as well as you used to with, you know, bouncing betties or, you know, trophy systems or whatever in here. It doesn't work the same, and that kind of makes me sad. But for the most part, it's still Standoff. It still plays the same, and I enjoy it quite a bit. With those things being said, just before I get into the actual rushing routes, you can't really play this the same way you did in Black Ops 2. I kind of realized that after I played probably 4 or 5 games of this map. It was really hard to play the same way and do good. I could usually go about even, you know, 20 and 20 kills or 30 and 30 or around that area. But if you really want to succeed, you have to use the new mechanics, the new movement mechanics, to be able to really pull off some things. I haven't completely figured out exactly how to do that. I haven't played this map a whole lot since I started to kind of put that together. But just keep that in mind if you guys do play a lot of that playlist, or you tend to get this map a lot in rotation, that you just kind of got to play it as more of a Black Ops 3 map, even though you're used to the way it was in Black Ops 2. So now, from this side of the map, to get into the rushing routes. Going to the middle of the map from this side, I think, is definitely a benefit. If you run straight to the middle like this, and then right out here, you have much more of an advantage. The only person that could possibly spot you running through here is somebody who's hopped up on that top thing. But more than likely, they're going to be running over to that side of the map, over where that thing is, or they're going to be up there in that room, which they can't see you because of that giant wooden pillar. So if I were you guys, I would recommend holding down this middle building as soon as possible. It's a very, very important part of the map. It even was in Black Ops 2. If you hold down the middle of this map, it makes it hard for the enemies to win. This part of the map and that side of the map are very crucial. A lot of your teammates off of spawn are going to run either, you know, down this way through the middle of the map to this side, depending on how good of a player they are, or they're gonna use this head glitch right here. And they're going to wait for enemies to push up, and basically there's going to be a lot of fighting over this side of the map in the middle. So if you really, really want to flank, if you want to get around behind them, I would recommend going this route. It's still as useful as it was in Black Ops 2. People don't take it all that often. Sometimes you run into some people, but it's really not that big of a deal. So you can just run right around this corner, just like you could before. All the same lines of sight, just, you know, this head glitch I think is a little lower than it used to be. I think it used to be higher up and was more useful. Same thing with this one. And also you can do this. You can just fly right over that now, which is a little bit ridiculous in my opinion. But you can use this right here. You can take out people head glitch in that window, but that's probably not going to happen until later on in the game when they start to realize that people are coming from this direction. Right off the bat, it's not really going to matter. You can come around the outside and right straight up here, and then there you go. You are behind them. There's not a whole lot they could do. Spawns are going to flip. I personally don't like to run out there very often because I kind of want to keep the spawn, because as long as you stay on this side of the house, for the most part, they're going to still spawn out here. So if you're running up into this window, a couple enemies have died from your teammates. Say you kill somebody there, you could run out this window and you're going to catch maybe 1 or 2 people or somebody running up this way, and that's a quick 2 or 3 kills, rather than if you're to start sprinting back here, you're just going to cancel off that spawn and they're going to spawn farther up on the map. So it's not really going to make a big difference. It's not going to help your team out, especially if you're playing something like Team Deathmatch. So back over here to the other side of the map, the best way to hold down, at least based off of my amount of knowledge on this map since it's been released or re-released, if you rush through this building from spawn, like so, and you get right up here as fast as possible, you maybe use overdrive or something if you have that built up, you know, switching domination rounds or something. This little square room is still useful. Holding this is a very good idea, but, you know, like I said, keep in mind you can jump right over the top of this, you can jump right over this right here, and it's a little ridiculous, so it's harder to hold this area, but it's still useful. And then right over here, you don't have the little lines of sight that you used to. You could like see through here. It was like a tractor or something. You could see through here and catch people as they're coming around those corners. You don't have that anymore, but this is still very useful. You can wait until people start pushing forward, and then you can catch them off guard, because if you have a teammate who is literally camping in this room and they're not moving a whole lot, they're eventually going to get killed out of that spot. And once they're killed out of that spot, they're not going to be expecting somebody to be sitting right here. If you're here at the right time, you can catch them off guard and pick up a nice 2 or 3 piece. And then from there, obviously you push forward and you're in their spawn. And honestly, out of all of the flank routes, aside from going directly to the middle of the map where B-Dom would be, this is probably going to get you killed a lot. I mean, you're going to have people up there, people right there, maybe somebody over there. You're going to have people spawning back there, running forward. It's a really hard spot to stay alive at. I would recommend, especially now that you have these new abilities, you can just boost right up like this and then get behind here. Because before, in Black Ops 2, you had to try and stay alive and get behind that what was a tank here to not get killed. So now we're on this side of the map. We might as well give you guys some rushing routes for this side. When you spawn off over here, once again, the best route to take to get the flank route on them would be this way. I would not recommend going to the middle of the map at all. This used to be a gas station. Now it's some sort of weird barn stable thing. You come in here and you can go directly back this way. This is one of the meanest flank routes that they put in the entire game. Actually, right off the bat, you could go up this stairway and you could kill some people out of here. But if you rush that route and you don't run into anybody, you are open for the meanest spawn trap or just spawn kill ever. You could get them running off of spawn and you could just annihilate 3 or 4 of them at a time, maybe more if you're really, really, really lucky. And that's pretty much the meanest flank route on this map, in my opinion. Now, back over here, if you spawn off of this side, there's no real reason to go to the middle of the map. It's a death trap, like I said. It's easier for them to hold this down. They have a lot of cover. You know, that building over there, all you really have is this, and it's not that good. I would not recommend this room being the spot you want to be in. And the advantage you have is this side of the map is very much wanted, and you spawn closer than they do. So you can get the jump on them. You can come right over here, and you have the same advantage that I was talking to you about earlier. You now hold this spot, and now they have to wait on you. This right here is a good spot, people. It's like they just forgot that that was even a thing. I know it looks like corner camping, but if there's a gunfight going down over here and you're able to get to this spot before anybody notices you, you can just jump right out of there, because, you know, boosting nowadays, and you could catch them off guard. They're going to be fighting the person right there, and somebody's going to fly out from over here, and they're not going to know what's going on. So once you hold this side of the map, I really wouldn't move away from it too much, because I think that this spawn might actually be the better spawn on this map. I feel like it is, for the most part anyway. And then there's this right here. You can jump up here. You don't have to actually boost, which is kind of nice. You can boost, but you don't have to. And then you can jump up here. You can see that side of the map. And what else? This right here, which I showed you guys earlier. You can use this and hop up here. And for the most part, other than that, there's not a whole lot to show, guys. Like I said, you can jump over these walls now, which is a little upsetting. But the map pretty much plays the same, just a little different. You got to use a little more of your Black Ops 3 tactics, which is, I'm pretty sure, what they were going for when they made this map. Anyways, guys, that's all I have for you today. Hope you enjoyed the video. Twitter and Facebook links will be down in the description as always. Please remember to like and subscribe. I would really appreciate if you guys could subscribe. I would like to push to 550 subscribers soon. It means a lot to me. My videos have not been getting the amount of views that I would like, and it makes me kind of sad, but I'm hoping I can bounce back from that. I'm going to keep grinding out videos, keep making content, and I hope you guys enjoy it. Anyways, guys, deuces.